I'm joined by our second evictee. Please make some noise for Nancy. So, Nancy, apart from cold, how does it feel being out the house?
Well, it's like I said, it's a trauma to get inside the house.
Yeah.
And it's a little trauma to get out of the house because it's unbelievable. Time doesn't exist, not only because we don't have timing. It's the fact every day can be long like a week. Yeah. And it's time, and it's for the first time experience, it's quite long to be not connected to any part of the world. So you have no idea. And that is a way protecting you. And I think the worst is the beginning. Yeah. And then you adjust yourself, and then there's a moment that everyone has a different limit.
So you've been in there for 10 days?
Yes, 10 days.
But how long does that feel like for you?
Well, it feels like we've been 3 weeks, a month, I don't know. You really lose it. One day can be long for, looks like it's a week already, one day. And so many things happen in the house. A
lot's happened. We're going to talk through a bunch of it. But am I right in thinking that before you went into the house, you'd never watched Big Brother, you didn't really know anything about Big Brother, and you didn't want to know anything about Big Brother?
Exactly, and I think it is the best attitude for in one way. Otherwise, if you know, you'll never go. In one way, but
with perspective now, in the 10 days you've had, do you wish you'd had a slight bit warning?
No, I'm pleased how it was, because I think this is my attitude. Like I didn't know what the people, even there were rumors about everybody, but I never Google any possibility to have any, because for me, I'm so pleased and I watch anything. Of course, I watch sometimes. I have some ideas, but because it's never like when you're into it. It's completely, because all of us, we react in a different way. Yeah. And for me, it was absolutely to be out of my comfort zone. So it was an incredible experience. And I'm pleased that I did it. I would suggest that's the only attitude to do it.
OK, good. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, because it's been quite a full-on 10 days, especially a very full-on week this week.
Absolutely,
Before we get to talking about that, though, you're here because you were nominated by your fellow housemates. Let's take a look at who put you up this week.
My first nomination is going to be Nancy Delalio.
Nancy.
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 It's Nancy.
Nancy.
She kind of dictates to the house a little bit too much.
I feel like she doesn't really help with cleaning.
She doesn't really do any help in tidying up or washing dishes or anything, really.
If she'd do something that'd make a bit of a difference.
I haven't spoken to her as much as I have the other people in the house.
She's a very strong-minded person. I think I understand she's not everyone's cup of tea.
She's spoke down to quite a few people.
So, 7 of your 13 housemates. Are you surprised by any of them?
No, because, OK, well, yes and no. It doesn't matter, because I do think the reasons are much more behind the reason that we say, because, of course, you know, there's very specific rules, the reason that they are acceptable by Big Brother. So, like, for example, my nominations, where the reason I gave were not acceptable because we're too reasonable. Anyway, so there are some rules in a house that you have to respect, wherever, for especially the worst moment, the most difficult moment is the nomination. Yeah. So and then you try to go through your list, even thinking the person probably would be less affected. This is the way I do my nomination. I did my nomination, and all things because of the person you have less in common, probably, even they are not accepted something like this directly. So it's always a mix of things, and I surprise and
so does it affect you when you see certain things that they say?
It affects me because
like you don't do much around the house.
Doesn't affect it. Doesn't affect it because what happened in a house, and the people talk in particular moments, they are the specific moment. Right. So you have to know they be taken out of the context of many other things. So it depends how we're. And I'm the one I've been talking with everyone. We're very close to one. I love all of them. So what you see is something we've been put in a quite intense days and a quite extreme. Everybody is it's quite tough. It is quite a tough experience.
Can you believe, of all the people that could have come out of that house, we have somebody with quite a rational mind?
Well, then, it was too rational. I have to say, one thing I will miss is to be sitting in this chair talking with Big Brother. That's the thing I was missing.
It's quite nice, though, that you take it as a, you know, at that moment in time, that's what they were thinking and that's kind of what they have to go with. There has been a lot of confrontation in that house. There has been so much going on this week and so many arguments, but you have managed to pretty much escape all of it, apart from one kind of altercation right at the beginning about wine under a bed. You've relatively managed to escape all of it. How did you manage that when most other people have been involved in most things?
Well, there are two explanations. One, first of all, everyone has probably has a little game, and it probably is right too, to get into the house and trying to have a game in mind. And most of them, I have to say, that I said this in one of my conversations with Big Brother, some of them, they are actor and actress. So people, so they're acting, so that's for sure. So this is the truth. I try to be as much as I am, because the only thing I can be is myself. That's why I try to stay away as much. But with the fact that there was something that I can't get involved.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get involved because they were now showing the real me. So something, and then I could, of course, in every situation you have an opinion, but some situation it's not even worth it to have an opinion.
What was it like then for you the other night? Because it seemed like it was pretty hard not to have an opinion when Meghan kind of lost it so badly. You know, she kind of really
You
flew
maybe
off the
don't
rails.
believe it.
And she's kind of said herself, you know, he really got under her skin.
I heard, because I was in the house, but we were having, we were actually in the kitchen having another conversation. Another committee member, 2 or 3 of us, were exactly when I said to point, we heard. Meghan screaming about something, but I decided not to move from where I was, some of us, because it was something that, of course, we weren't to get involved. It was necessarily. But I learned the day after. I will listen to 2 versions.
Yeah.
The point, and you see, there is like nothing is a black and white, and especially in a house, nothing is black and white, and you have to understand at a moment, everyone, like you said, getting. It can be a difficult situation. And probably
we did
she had
see her say that she felt like John was being quite manipulative. Have you seen that side to him?
But John is quite a leader. In one, it could be, but without any enforce everybody to follow him. So he is. So I can feel, you have to see the difference of ages as well. And the personality. Meghan is a lovely one, but she's still quite young, and maybe she felt he was, she's a smart lady, young lady, but she felt because John could be, but without her, well, I will not feel, I could realize it can be manipulative, but we will not do manipulative with me. I know if I make myself clear, but I'm sure she felt him.
You're very polite about everybody, Nancy.
Yes, this is where I am. I'm very polite. So probably I was too polite to keep staying in the house. But
who would you like to see win?
I mean, first of all, it's very difficult. Really, you have to be quite very strong and to like to win. There are a few people.
Pick one, just one, very quickly, because we're running out of time.
Well, I would like to see win a Scotty T.
Thank you, Nancy. Here are your best bits. It's Nancy Delolio.
I just hope you haven't finished the champagne. I usually drink champagne.
Nancy, wow.
Thank you.
What do you like to drink?
You know what I like to drink.
I'm obsessed with Nancy. She's like pure class.
When I say you're a gemma, it's like you are precious.
Oh, lovely.
She's fabulous, but she does nothing.
No, I don't give a hug. I feel uncomfortable.
We thought that you nicked the bottle of red wine.
You come to talk with me. I have no intention to talk.
Knows what you've done, but you know better than anyone else.
Do you think I have to talk with you, Stephanie? Now it's getting too ridiculous. Unless they want me to call my lawyer now.
She acts like she's in a hotel.
Why do you think Jeremy's intimidated by you?
He's not the only one. his entire world.
Sure, Nancy's got a crush on us.
Love her, love to watch her. The woman just oozes class. She's brilliant.
Nancy is Nancy. I love Nancy.
My time in a Big Brother house has been absolutely extraordinary. In fact, it's out of any ordinary things you can do in life.
Nancy, thank you. And your Adele lip sync was amazing. Absolutely amazing. You're free. Go and see your friends and family.
I can't believe it is this.